Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I am Akshay Dongre, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold bilateral talks with French President Emmanuel Macron will also inaugurate Bharat Innovates event in Nice, receives warm welcome upon his arrival. Trump announces deal to end war with Iran to be signed on Sunday, while Tehran denies questions timing. In FIFA, Scotland marks 28 years absence with 1-0 victory over Haiti. Qatar earns first ever World Cup point as they stun Switzerland with a late equalizer to grab a 1-1 draw. India and Pakistan all set to face each other in Women's T20 World Cup 2026 opener at Edgbaston, Birmingham today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Nice, a city in France, on Saturday, the first stop on his 6-day tour of France and Slovakia aimed at strengthening India's engagement with Europe across strategic, economic and technological sectors. PM Modi was received by a delegation of senior French dignitaries including Minister of Education Edouard Geoffroy, Minister of Higher Education, Research and Space Philippe Baptiste and France's ambassador to India. Upon his arrival, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has received a warm welcome at his hotel. Chants of Modi, Modi echoed the atmosphere. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was also greeted with a special cultural performances featuring 3 accomplished European artists who are trained in Indian classical dance traditions. And members of the Indian diaspora, especially children, expressed joy and excitement after meeting the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. DD India's Shubhendu Ghosh, reporting from Nice, France, spoke to them about their experiences.
It was amazing. I really loved looking at seeing the Prime Minister from so close. He was so down to earth, so nice. Thank you, Modi ji, for coming to and visiting us in France.
I was super happy to meet him, and I also gave him a gift, and because of that I was super happy, and he was super nice.
India is all set to witness a journey of transformation in deep tech sector. The maiden edition of Bharat Innovates is all set to be hosted in France's Nice from June 14th, and it will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with the French President Emmanuel Macron, bringing together top innovation startups and venture capital funds from India, France and other countries as well. Let's take a look at this next report to understand more about the maiden event that is all set to bring a change where India meets the world celebrating deep tech.
साल 2026 भारत फ्रांस संबंधों के लिए एक अति विशेष वर्ष है। इसमें पीपल टू पीपल एक्सचेंज और गहरे होंगे। इंडस्ट्री टू इंडस्ट्री पार्टनरशिप का विस्तार होगा। जून 2026 में फ्रांस में भारत इनोवेट्स 2026 के तहत हम भारत के बेहतरीन टेक स्टार्टअप दुनिया के सामने रखेंगे। जो हेल्थ, क्लाइमेट, सिक्योरिटी जैसे ग्लोबल चैलेंजेस के समाधान बना रहे हैं।
India stands at a defining moment in its development journey, one where innovation is no longer merely an aspiration, but a fundamental driver of economic growth, global competitiveness, and societal transformation. In Bharat's Amrit Kaal, where the mission is to become a developed nation by the year 2047, the Government of India has launched Bharat Innovates 2026 during the India-France Year of Innovation. It is a national program of the Ministry of Education, Government of India, designed as a global accelerator for innovations from Indian higher education institutions, thereby building a long-term collaboration bridge between India's innovation ecosystem and global stakeholders. Announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 17th of February 2026 at the inauguration of the India-France Year of Innovation, the maiden event extends invitation to global leaders, CEOs, investors, and universities to collaborate with India's innovation ecosystem. Bharat Innovates 2026. The maiden edition takes India's top 120 deep tech startups to Nice, France, to catalyze pilots, co-development, investments, research partnerships, manufacturing, and market access, along with 15 premier Indian higher education institutions, including the IITs and IISc, and 5+ scientific and strategic institutions will come together. Bharat Innovates will serve as a privileged gateway to the Indian innovation ecosystem, revolving around 13 frontier technology themes. These include semiconductors, biotechnology, space and defense, healthcare and medtech, advanced computing, AI, cloud, quantum, next-gen communications, advanced materials and critical minerals, energy, sustainability and climate, smart cities and mobility, blue economy, agri and food technologies, disaster management and resilience. For global stakeholders, Bharat Innovates 2026 will provide an opportunity to build sustained engagement with India's innovation ecosystem through investor-grade deal flow, fast-track partnerships, research access, problem-to-solution bridge, global soft landing routes, R&D pipeline. As the world navigates rapid technological disruption, climate imperatives, and evolving supply chains, India is emerging not just as a participant in these changes, but as a leader shaping the future. The narrative has moved beyond Make in India to embrace a more ambitious vision. Create in India, innovate for the world.
French President Emmanuel Macron had famously said, "The question is no longer if India innovates, the question is who will innovate with India." We are at Palais d'Exposition, the venue of Bharat Innovates, a unique global platform which is going to bring together and join the ecosystems of higher education, startups, and talent mobility of India and France. With camera person Aniket Dubey, Shubhendu Ghosh for DD India, Nice.
And looking ahead to the next quarter century, India and France have unveiled their Horizon 2047 roadmap. This framework charts the alliance leading up to its historic 50-year milestone, with India-France Year of Innovation taking center stage. Our next report explores the deep ties between the two countries and what future holds for the strategic partnership.
The India-France Year of Innovation 2026, announced during the state visit of President Emmanuel Macron to India in January 2024, marks a bold new chapter in the strategic partnership between France and India. At its core lies the idea that innovation is a vital driving force in Indo-French ties. Well, France established diplomatic relations with India as soon as it gained independence on August 15, 1947. In 1998, the relationship was elevated to the level of a strategic partnership, establishing France as India's oldest strategic partner. And in 2023, on its 25th anniversary, President Emmanuel Macron and Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to renew and deepen the Indo-French strategic partnership for a further 25 years through the adoption of the Horizon 2047 roadmap. It's under this broader agenda of orienting the bilateral relationship towards the future that Year of Innovation is taking place. India-France Year of Innovation 2026. The initiative is structured around 4 pillars, in which France and India are uniquely positioned. The aim is to develop joint solutions to shared challenges. Key pillars: aerospace, health, well-being and food, sustainable development and energy transition, cultural and creative industries. Launched during the India-France Year of Innovation, Bharat Innovates 2026 aims to accelerate India's deep tech ecosystem and strengthen its position as a global innovation powerhouse. The India-France Year of Innovation not only symbolizes progress but also underscores the coming together of two great nations, two rich cultures and two innovation ecosystems, because the year 2047 will mark 3 symbolic milestones: 100 years of India's independence, 100 years of diplomatic relations between India and France, and 50 years India-France strategic partnership. Hence, setting sights on the future, both countries have adopted the Horizon 2047 roadmap, which aims to map out the alliance's trajectory as it reaches its 50-year milestone, of which India-France Year of Innovation is a crucial part.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be on a state visit to Slovakia from 14 to 16 June. He is expected to have bilaterals with the President and Prime Minister of Slovakia. This visit is being considered significant given the growing trade, investment and strategic cooperation between India and Slovakia. DD India's Vishal Baristo has more from Bratislava.
Slovakia, nestled in the heart of Europe, is currently awash with Indian culture. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting Slovakia from the 14th to the 16th of this month. This visit comes at a time when trade, technology and investment ties between the two countries are steadily strengthening. Nearly 3 decades of diplomatic relations are now entering a new era of possibilities.
One of the key takeaway from this visit, a high-level visit, would be to boost the trade, investments, innovation and general Indo-Slovak ties.
The Prime Minister is making a state visit to Slovakia at the invitation of Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico. This will be the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Slovakia since Slovakia's independence in 1993. The visit follows the state visit of Indian President Draupadi Murmu to Slovakia in April 2025 and the visit of Slovak President Peter Pellegrini to India for the AI Impact Summit in February 2026. Prime Minister Modi will hold talks with Prime Minister Fico and explore new avenues of cooperation. The Prime Minister will also meet President Pellegrini. This visit will usher in a new era for India's bilateral relations with Slovakia in various sectors, including trade, investment and automobiles.
There's a huge possibility of enhancing our footprints here in Slovakia. Slovakia has sent, in fact, 5 business delegations to India in last 2 years. India has sent 2 business delegations to Slovakia. So there's an interest on both the sides.
Diplomatic ties with Slovakia began in 1993 after it separated from the Czech Republic. Since then, bilateral relations between the two countries have steadily strengthened. Today, the scope of cooperation is not limited to diplomacy but has expanded to include trade, education, culture and technology. The two countries also cooperate with each other on many international platforms, including the UN. Regarding economic relations, trade ties between the two countries has witnessed a record growth in recent years. Bilateral trade surpassed 1.6 billion euros in 2025.
We are exporting roughly 100 million euros of the luxury cars to India per annum, and we are buying around 150 million euros of the spare parts for our domestic manufacturing process. So totally, we are trading 250 million euros in the automotive sector and the cars annually.
India exports pharmaceuticals, mobile phones and auto components Slovakia is known as car manufacturing capital of the world. It ranks among the top countries in the world in terms of per capita vehicle production. That is why the potential for cooperation between Indian auto component companies and Slovakian automakers is rapidly expanding. Electric vehicles, battery technology, and smart manufacturing could become key areas of cooperation. Along with trade, increasing people-to-people contact is also strengthening the relationship between the two countries. Yoga, education, and cultural programs have created a positive atmosphere in Slovakia towards India.
I like it that, that there are relations between India and all kinds of European countries. And I think it's a big honor for Slovakia that the Indian Prime Minister is visiting.
Both countries have new opportunities for cooperation in areas such as IT, artificial intelligence, pharmaceuticals, green energy, and advanced manufacturing. Therefore, this visit by Prime Minister Modi is considered not just a diplomatic event, but a visit that will lay a strong foundation for future economic and strategic partnership between India and Slovakia.
From Operation Ganga to Global South, both India and Slovakia stand for world peace. This historic visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Bratislava will strengthen India's voice in the heart of European Union. Defense, automobile, green energy, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, there is a lot more to be discussed. With cameraman Vinay Tiwari in Bratislava, this is Vishal Baristo, DD India.
And located in western Slovakia along with the Var River, Piestany is country's premier and globally renowned medical spa town. For generations, it has specialized in treating severe musculoskeletal and rheumatic disorders using two highly potent natural therapeutic elements. The principalities of India and a regal connection with this historic place, from the Maharajas to the Nawabs, the visits of the blue-blooded has also been penned down in the two books of the Slovak author Andrej Bolerazki. DD India correspondent Vishal Baristo gives you this exclusive report.
80 kilometers from the capital city of Bratislava, this is Piestany, and it is very much famous for its special spas. As you can see, this water is from natural springs. There is a river here which is called Var River. This water is at 40 degrees. Now, why am I here? Because of the connection this place has with India. The Maharajas of India, they used to visit this place for special treatment. And I have with me Vladimir, who has written a book on the kings of India who visited this place. And the name of the book is?
Name of this book is Maharajas in Piestany.
What does your book talk about?
Our book talk about visits of Maharajas in Piestany spa in 30s years of 20th century. This period was great period of great development. Piestany spa, so-called gold age of the Piestany spa, and especially 30s years. For many Maharajas, Piestany spa were a place of pleasant rest and pleasant treatment in spa.
This beautiful spa house, it was constructed by Hungarian architects in the early 20th century. It is said that this water has a medicinal value. It has a cure for skin problems. It is good for your muscles. So this place has a connection with India, and it is about 100 years old. With cameraman Vinay Tiwari in Piestany, Slovakia, this is Vishal Baristo for DD India.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday said that India has made significant strides in healthcare over the past 12 years, with a focus on making quality treatment more affordable and accessible. In a post on X, Prime Minister highlighted Ayushman Bharat as the world's largest healthcare program, providing quality medical care to the country's most vulnerable citizens. PM Modi also said that initiatives such as PM Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana have helped make medicines more affordable, while reduced prices of stents and knee implants have lowered treatment costs. He added that expanded medical institutions and increased seats have improved access to medical education, reaffirming the government's commitment to building a healthier India. And time for us to slip into a quick break. More news on the other side.
Across India, human-animal encounters have now become more frequent than ever. So maybe the wild isn't as far as we think.
The Brown Bear Project was launched here in 2023. Its goal is to create harmony between bears and humans.
These are the musk roses. This ancient flower is emerging as a valuable crop in Uttarakhand. Rosewater offers farmers here a high-value alternative.
And here, 1 ton of biochar, which is obtained from around 8 trees, in the international carbon credit market, this can earn upwards of $300 for each ton of biochar.
The Tamil Nadu Tribal Welfare Department teamed up with the Indian Institute of Horticultural Research. Farmers receive free seeds, fertilizers and machinery, along with training in crop management.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Akshay Dongre. Now on to the US-Iran war. In the latest, US President Donald Trump has said on Saturday that an initial deal to end the war in West Asia would be signed on Sunday. Trump, in a social media post, said that the deal with Iran was scheduled to be signed on Sunday and that the Strait of Hormuz, a vital artery for global oil supplies, which Iran has blocked, would be immediately open to all after it was signed. Although Iran denied the signing would take place so soon, earlier on Saturday, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghai cautioned against commenting on the timing of the signing. And Albanians continued protesting a planned luxury resort backed by a company linked to Jared Kushner. Crowd filled the streets of Tirana, voicing concern for a project planned for the environmentally sensitive Vjosa Narta protected landscape on the Adriatic coast. The wetland is home to flamingos, seals and sea turtle nesting sites, with experts warning that the flamingo could disappear if the development goes ahead. But Prime Minister Edi Rama, who has championed the resort project, says that the development is legal and that the wildlife habitats will be protected. And crowds gathered in Belfast on Saturday for an anti-racism protest after days of unrest in Northern Irish capital saw property, businesses and vehicles come under attack. Violence flared on Tuesday following a knife attack allegedly involving a Sudanese man, as masked groups in Belfast set fire to homes and cars and targeted ethnic minorities. Smaller outbreaks of unrest continued on Wednesday. Britain's Northern Ireland minister condemned the anti-migrant attacks as racist thuggery. Community leaders said traditional sectarian tensions have increasingly been replaced by hostility towards ethnic minorities in recent years. And more than 5,000 Bharatanatyam dancers made history in Colombo on Sunday by setting a Guinness World Record for the largest Bharatanatyam dance lesson ever held. The record-breaking event took place at Gallifface Green and brought together participants from Sri Lanka, India and several other countries in a vibrant celebration of classical dance and cultural heritage. Organized by Sangamam Global Academy India and Samgamiz Lia, Sri Lanka, the event showcased synchronized Bharatanatyam performances by thousands of dancers dressed in traditional attire. The Guinness World Record certificate was presented to the Indian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Santosh Jha, on behalf of the performers and organizers. Congratulating the participants, High Commissioner Jha highlighted the role of cultural exchanges in strengthening people-to-people ties between India and Sri Lanka. The event, attended by senior Sri Lankan ministers and a large audience, marked a significant milestone for the global Bharatanatyam community and underscored the enduring appeal of one of India's oldest classical dance forms. The time for sports. Arch rivals India and Pakistan are set to collide in match 6 of Women's T20 World Cup 2026 at the Edgbaston Cricket Ground in Birmingham on Sunday. The women in blue lifted their maiden World Cup title on home soil last year, a triumph many viewed as a landmark moment for women's cricket in the country. However, their recent form could somewhat worry their fans as they lost 2-1 to England on the cusp of the tournament as well as in the practice match. Pakistan are ranked 8th in the ICC Women's T20 International ranking and face a tough challenge against India. The Netherlands will take on Japan in FIFA World Cup 2026 tonight. The Dutch are considered favourites, but Japan has already shown in recent years that it can challenge the world's top teams. With both sides aiming for a winning start, fans can expect a thrilling contest. The Netherlands enter the tournament as the strongest team in Group F. And Scotland ended a 36-year wait for FIFA World Cup victory with a hard-fought 1-0 win over Haiti in their Group C opener on Saturday, thanks to a first-half strike from John McGinn. Steve Clarke's side moved to the top of the group after securing their first World Cup win since defeating Sweden at Italia 90s, while Haiti's long-awaited return to the global stage ended in disappointment despite an encouraging display. Qatar's long wait for a point at the FIFA World Cup finally came to an end as captain Boualem Khoukhi's stoppage time header secured a dramatic 1-1 draw against Switzerland in San Francisco. The Asian champions appeared destined for defeat for much of the Group B opener after Breel Embolo's first half penalty gave Switzerland's deserved lead. Yet Khoukhi's towering late header sparked wild celebrations and etched Qatar's name into the history books with the nation's first ever point at football's biggest tournament. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Akshay Dongre, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thanks for watching and keep watching DD India.